Hey, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much due honors and respect to you brothers out there that's also laboring in this work, continuing to push out this gospel in all truth, faith, and sincerity. So, I just wanted to go into a quick lesson concerning the state of the so-called white man, all right, Esau, and the fact that we're in the times where the Heavenly Father is taking this man down, all right, bringing this man out of his power seat. And it's not going to be an erupt killing, man. All right. It's not like the Lord is just going to have a mercy killing and take this man out of his misery. No, it's going to be a slow, surgical, strategic death. All right. And one of the ways that the Lord has chose to take this man out of power is by confounding his counsel. All right. Because this devil like to deal behind the scenes, behind that shroud of secrecy, man. All right, in the shadows, he passed these legislations and laws to govern the world, all right, and to keep the world in further derision. And overall, to further oppress the innocent, the righteous, which is the Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, but we're in a time where the Most High is putting out the light of the wicked, man. All right, he's confounding their wise men, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise, which is ultimately they want to establish and institute that new world order. But the Lord is confounding them, man. And the technique of the Lord is beautiful, man. It's perfect, all right? He's using men, humble and lowly men, to take down a powerhouse, man, all right? And that technique is very effective. So I want to just get right into it. This is Isaiah chapter 14, and starting at verse 11. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, right? And the noise of thy vows is actually these laws and legislations with these devils passed, man. All right? The scriptures tell you that the tongue of the wicked walketh the earth, meaning everything that this man put in writing, if you don't honor that, then this man can hit you with sanctions, all right? He can move in on you, go into your land, invade your land or your country, take your resources, all right? It says, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee, right? Which is symbolic to the Lord strategically grinding this man down, taking him out, all right? The Lord is taking this man out by his very fabric, man. He's breaking him down. And this also goes on a physical level when you look at the infrastructure of this nation, all right? You got these bridges collapsing, all right? The roadways and highways, because the Lord has confounded the counsel of the wicked, man. They're faced with a major crisis. They put all their money and resources into their military affairs, and they have neglected the very fabric of this country. That's why you see the infrastructure, the roadways and highways starting to collapse, and there's going to be more of that, all right? Verse 12, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations, right? And this scripture is pretty much a stumbling block for a lot of people. They perceive that when the scriptures say, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, this is talking about the spiritual being Satan. When in reality, this is actually talking about the Illuminati, man, the bankers, all right? Which that word Illuminati means what? The illuminated ones. And when you look up this word for Lucifer, all right, which we're going to do, it says light bearer, all right, which is interchangeable with what? Illuminated ones or Illuminati, all right? Shining one, morning star, Lucifer. The king of Babylon and Satan, right, which Babylon is symbolic for America, all right? When you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, the fall of Babylon, well, that's talking about America, which when you go into that word Babylon, it takes you to the Hebrew word Babal, which means confusion. And I don't have to break that down. This place is filled with confusion, man, all right? If you consider stepping down on a woman, you got to really consider or seriously consider if it's a man or not. That's confusion, all right? That's people laying down in the streets, homeless, yet you'll pay a guy $100 million to shoot a basketball or give somebody $10,000 for solving a damn puzzle on Wheel of Fortune. So that's confusion, all right? So indeed, America is Babylon. So the scriptures say, scripture says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, which we just looked up the word, that's light bearer, which the scripture is really saying, how art thou fallen from heaven, Illuminati, you international banking families, man, who seize control of the world. How have you fallen from heaven? Because the Lord has confounded your counsel, all right? These devils, when they get together in these meetings, they spend a lot of money and resources to hold these meetings, man, like the Bilderberg meeting, because that's when they regroup and come together and pass laws and legislations, all right, to further tighten their grip on the world, whether it's set up false flags, all right, which is called ordo ab chaos, which means is a Latin phrase for order through chaos. Well, these devils set up the chaos so they can bring order, so they can institute martial law, all right? But the Lord is confounding all that, all right? This is the book of Job, chapter 18, starting at verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine, right? So the Lord is not going to allow these devils to continue to pull the strings, all right, behind the scenes. He's confounding them, man. Verse 6, the light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. See? So the very thing that these devils use to seize control of the world, the Lord is confounding them with that. They're not able to continue, all right, getting together in these wicked councils, all right, whether it's the Bilderberg meeting or the Bohemian Groves, where they all come together and they come up with bright ideas. No pun intended, man. All right? The Lord is putting that light out. Matter of fact, let me get a quick scripture. This is the book of Obadiah, Verse 8, it says, shall I not in that day, saith the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom, and understanding out of the mount of Esau? See? See, the Lord is, this is a tactic, a war tactic, man. All right? The Lord is destroying the wisdom from out of Edom, which Edom is the so-called white man. All right? Starting with the top tier Edomites, these bankers, man. All right? Because their main goal is actually to depopulate the world and to institute that new world order, all right? But the Lord is setting up a standard now. The Lord is, putting a boundary in front of them, man, a barricade where they're not able to accomplish that feat, all right? Which is a beautiful thing. This is Job chapter 5, starting at verse 11, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn might be exalted to safety. So that's what the Lord is in the process of doing. What you're witnessing is a transfer of power. The Lord is about to raise up the meek, all right, the elect of the nation of Israel to be the next rulers of the planet. And he's going to take down this devil, the so-called white man. Verse 12, he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. And what's their enterprise? What's their enterprise? Their new world order. All right, verse 13. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So that's the point, man. All right? The Most High is taking away that wise counsel. All right? Verse 14, they meet with darkness in the daytime, right? So when it's broad day, these devils get together behind some shadows, in the shadows, all right? And they meet, all right? And they try to come up with ideas to further oppress you Israelites, man, and to tighten that grip on the world, all right? They meet with darkness in the daytime and grope in the noonday as in the night, all right? Verse 15, but he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. And how do he save us from their mouth? By confounding them. Because with their mouth, that's how they set up these laws. All right? So all praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. He has remembered the poor, man. All right? And as we move forward, the Lord is going to confound these devils to the point where they're going to go mad. And they're going to really, come after you Israelites with the sword. All right? Because they have not been able to finesse you any longer. Everybody's wake up to this devil. This is Proverbs 13:9. It says, the light of the righteous rejoiceth, but the lamp of the wicked shall be put out. All right? Again, you see, well, the Lord is actually acknowledging that these devils got wisdom, but it's going to be put out. Because it's the Most High who raised these devils up. All right? And whoever the Lord put in the power seat, he gives them wisdom. That's why when you go back to ancient Egypt, all right, the house of Pharaoh, and he had magicians because the Lord gave them a certain level of wisdom. The Lord is fair. Whatever nation that he put in power, he gave them wisdom. But he also gave these devils wisdom, but they used it on the left-hand side. They used their wisdom to make homosexuality be celebrated, all right, or give men rights to cut their rod off and become a woman, man. All right? They used the wisdom that the Lord gave them for wickedness. All right? But the Lord is in a time where he's about to take these devils out, man. And he's starting by taking their wisdom away. All right? This is the book of Psalms, chapter 1 and verse 5. Therefore the ungodly shall not stand in the judgment, nor sinners in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord knoweth the way of the righteous, but the way of the ungodly shall perish. See? The way of the ungodly shall perish. And who is the ungodly? The so-called white man. All right? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope this was an edifying lesson. Until the next time I say shalom.